Hi Pisces, and welcome to Grateful Empress Tarot. My name is Sonia, and I'm here today to do a general collective romantic love reading for anyone with points and placements of the sign of Pisces anywhere in their birth chart. Also, if you're a cross-watcher who's dealing with a Pisces, you are very, very welcome here. I just want to remind everybody, as usual, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, so it cannot and it will not resonate with every Pisces viewer out there. I just about said Taurus. That's unusual, so you could be dealing with a Taurus. That's just not for everybody, but I almost said it. So, we are going to begin our reading by connecting to the white light of the divine for clarity, inspiration, and joy through my angel aura crystal by taking a nice deep breath in the highest vibration of love, and we will pull in the Pisces collective. Namaste. Okay, Pisces, you're my last reading for this series, and I feel like that's really exciting. I love doing these readings. I am finding so much joy in doing them, and you guys being here and being a part of this with me it's just such a delight, and I find it to be good energy. I'm definitely feeling everyone and the people that are here to share comments. Thank you so much. So I just want to say thank you for being part of my tribe. Okay, we have number 16, Eva, and we have family. What's interesting is I have gotten Eva for another reading. I cannot remember whose. This is about some dishonesty and things not being told, and we have it in a family dynamic. We're going to do reading so I don't misinterpret, and we'll see how these play into our entire story. Okay, we have number 16, Eva. Duplicity, deception, caution. Out of the jungle steps a woman, half of her body covered with exotic plants and flowers. A snake wriggles around her neck. The woman presents herself like a sweet fruit to be picked. She offers excitement and novelty, but be careful, her kiss could be as toxic as the bite of a snake. Like a deceitful friend or lover, her unreadable countenance masks her true intentions. So there is something happening where there's some caution needed. There's something that's not being told. We're going to find out. We're going to dive in. And this does have to deal with a family dynamic. So the card of family says, you will be able to share love with someone who is drastically different from you, whether in perspective or age, because of your own authenticity. Your love and genuineness will be what connects you with others who are superficially your polar opposite. The truer you are, the easier it will be for others to warm up to you. Let your guard down and see how others will let their guards down too. Your action is love your relatives, even if they make it hard to. And your affirmations are, I am deserving of giving and receiving love. My love is transformative, and I am a nurturing parent to my inner child. I have to be honest with you, Pisces. I did not believe that throat chakra. I find it interesting that for this to be about family, it's talking about sharing your love with someone who's very different from you. And that your love and genuineness will be what's able to connect you to others who are completely opposite from you. So we're going to see how that plays in, because that's not what I was expecting that card to say in regards to family. So there's something here about a mask or something not being shown to you, or something that's just very opposite of the way you would deal with a situation. And we have number 29, enjoy where you are, for soon you will be somewhere else. So we're going to see how this plays in before I go crazy and start saying my thoughts on it. We have some new things that we're going to add to the reading this week, which I'm excited about, and you'll need to leave me a comment below to say if you like this, or if this isn't for you, that's okay. We'll just keep moving along. So we are going to begin over here, Pisces, with your energy towards your connection at this time. Please and thank you. This is with a love interest. This is with your person of interest. Okay. This is how your person of interest is showing up in your connection at this time. Please and thank you. Next up will be this here is the shared space of your experience, which you're both experiencing in this connection at this time. Please and thank you. Okay. And lastly, my personal favorite is how your person is truly feeling for you at this time. Please and thank you. True, genuine, high vibrational feelings, honest feelings. I just saw that Page of Swords come, so there's some hopefully clear communication in regards to this. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So this is the underlying theme of the reading. This is the undercurrent of what's happening in this entire reading. We're going to see how it plays in a moment. Just know that it's about a connection, a loving one, something, it's most likely your partner. Usually things that are, geez Louise, I can't get these cards up today. Usually it's a romantic connection. So there's an undercurrent of the love that exists between you and your person, and we're going to dive in. Pisces, how you're showing up in your connection at this time, we have the Hermit, some nice introspection, deep reflection about what is going to make you happy. So you're going within, you've spent some time in reflection. You are showing up as someone who's doing a bit of healing, looking at things from an illuminated perspective. Quietly though, you're not saying a whole lot. And remember, sometimes Eva, being deceptive, omission can be a bit of that. So if you are finding that your happiness is going to be somewhere other than with your partner, but you're not ready to talk about that yet, that might be where Eva comes into play. But we're going to see if that's what it is. I'm just surmising before we begin. I want to know what it is that you've looked at here. What is this Hermit card here for Pisces? Please and thank you. What are they looking at? What is it they're wanting to see in the deep reflective space? We have the Two of Wands, a choice you're inspired to make, a decision that will be fated, good for you. It's being pulled along by the divine, and it's about a big change that you want to bring in your connection. Yes. So I did have it right. You are really going within. There's some reason why you are doing a nice deep dive into your soul, looking at things from a perspective of what is it going to take to make me happy. The Sun card is the happiest card in the whole deck. So I sense that you are making an inspired choice, something that is, you want to bring a big change to your connection. That's evident. So I want to see, not all change is bad. I want to get a romance kipper on this. Please and thank you. What is this Tower about for Pisces energy? What's this change about that they want to bring in with their partner? Please and thank you. Going on a journey, moving, making a choice, making a decision. I feel pulled to call one more here. There's one more about this, and that's not usual. Again, what is it going to take for you to be happy? Since that's here twice, let's see, when you've gone deep within, what is it that you believe is going to make you happy? Remember, this is saying enjoy where you are, because soon you're going to be somewhere completely different, and I'm suspecting it has to do with that change. A different perspective. I could not even get that out of my mouth. You're looking at things, and this is your energy. That's the Hanged Man in most decks, so that is a Pisces card. It's about something that is holding you back, or something you're addicted to, something you're tempted by, something that is a lower vibrational energy. You're trying to gain some perspective on that energy there, and you believe that's going to make you happy. I want to see, what is it that you believe you want to know? What perspective with this low vibe energy is it that you want to know? Please and thank you. There's some communication coming, and it is about an ending. Yes, I could definitely feel that. Pisces, you want to end your connection with your person. I feel that is what you saw as happiness when you've gone into quiet reflective state, Maybe you've spent a bit of time away from your person recently. You've gone deep within, and I sense all in all, you want to be happy, and I'm gathering that you are not finding that with your person. So let's see how they're showing up in your connection and your energy. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, and we have the Four of Pentacles. Your person has been holding really tightly onto the fact that they feel very genuine that they're carrying all the weight in this connection. Doesn't mean you're not doing anything. It means, though, that they're holding really tightly to the fact that they have so much burden on their back, and they are discerning about this with clarity. They have, look at this sort of truth that this Queen of Swords is embodying. It's because, honestly, they remember when the connection between the two of you was happy and light, and that it was friendly. And these are both cards about reconciliation to some degree. This is also about that you may have children, and so children are really affecting this person. I just sense all in all that you're over here wanting to make big changes because you're unhappy in your connection. And I feel like there's something that's not being honest and it's not being shown. That's why Ava is here. I believe that there's a lot of things that are being deceptive. And your person feels like they're doing all the work. So I want to see what this means for them. What is this Ten of Wands? Because that's what stuck out to me the absolute most in their energy. Why does Pisces person feel that they're carrying all the weight? We have the Queen of Swords again. Actually, that isn't the Queen. I'm so sorry. This is the Page of Swords. This is clear communication. Maybe online messages, could be because you've spent some time away from one another. Maybe it was phone calls, emails, texts, something. But they have a lot of regrets. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of hurt here about carrying that heavy burden. And it's because they are sitting in their intuition. I'm sure if you've watched any of my other readings, if the High Priestess has come, I always point out that there's either a scroll or a book in every High Priestess card, is because everything is already written in the Book of Life. Yes, we have free will. It's just everything that is meant is already, it's destined. It's already there. And so your person has sat in some nice energy about this connection between the two of you. We have the Two of Cups again. Remember, that's our undercurrent here. So I feel like they feel that this connection with you is heavy. It's a burden. And we've got the Three of Cups again. It's that I'm feeling like, I'm going to say this since this is here twice, your person may have a third party involved. That also could be part of this. That also could be why you're unhappy and you want to bring in a big change. There are 2 times the Three of Cups is here, and that is sometimes third-party energy as well. That's people going out on dates, meeting up for coffee, meeting up to spend time together. Pisces, I feel like your person of interest really is sitting in this energy of, they feel this whole thing is a heavy burden. They feel that they're doing all the work, and that could be why, I'm just going to say this, that could be why, if there is a third party, they've moved towards that. I want you to hear something, though. Third party is not always another person. It could be, and I just heard that dog barking outside, so that's clarification of this situation. Third parties could be things like addictions. They could be things, and I have sirens going off. I'm going to shut my window real quick. Hold on, Pisces. I love doing these readings in the mornings. It's just sometimes I feel like there's a lot of birds chirping, which is fine with me. I love birds, but we've got a dog barking. We've got a siren going. This is telling you to very much pay attention to this reading. Pay attention to what I'm saying right now, This is a very big message for you, Pisces, is that your person has been holding on very strongly to the fact that they feel they're doing all of the work. All of the responsibility is put on them with your children, with your life, the connection between the two of you. They've tried to clearly talk to you about this, and the High Priestess can sometimes mean about trying to go to a guide, and that could be honoring the intuition. It could also mean talking to a therapist. So if your person is in therapy, if you're in therapy, or if you're in it together, counseling, this is about a family dynamic. And remember, this card was so interesting, that reading the message of it, that I'm drawn back to this is that basically your person is your polar opposite. Someone so drastically different from you in perspective, and you love this person even though it's hard to love them. I feel like they feel that way too. They might feel like you're hard to love. High Priestess is also Pisces energy, so it could be that, you know. I want to get a romance kipper on this, please and thank you, for Pisces person. It's about a death. Pisces. Ooh. This may be moving towards the end of your marriage, but we're connection if you're not married, long-term commitment. I don't see 10 of Pentacles here or 10 of Cups, but we're going to see the shared space of this experience, and we'll see how this moves. You're both honoring your intuition. You're listening really deep to what your gut is telling you. What is your gut saying to you? What is happening here in your marriage? And it's basically, you may have a child or children. That's obvious with that Six of Cups here, and we do have the Page of Swords. But I feel like for you, Pisces, that you both have really, you're sitting in this energy of trying to listen to higher vibe messages about your marriage and your kids, and what will this be like to make this big change you want to bring in. Your person wants to end things. I feel like you're both doing a lot of soul searching about how is this going to impact everything. Finances, that's down here. Children, that's over here. Friends, family. It feels very much, I'm really now seeing two people sitting at a table, not right across from one another, but side to side, like one's on this edge and one's on this edge, and so sort of facing but not, and having a genuine, real conversation about the fact that you both want to end this connection, and to try to do it with integrity, and to try to do it so that it's best serving for all of these factors, the kids, the money, our friends, our family, because both of you have a death and fatality and tower in your individual energy. I want to see your side of this, Pisces, since you're back here again. Your energy is really strong on this. Thank you. Yeah. You are being very brave. You are honoring the fact that you need courage to do this, and it's about making a choice in love. It's about making a choice with your person. That goes right back to this. That's that self-reflection you did. I'm sensing you might be, it's about your spouse. This is the King of Pentacles. So the King and Queen of Pentacles are the husband and wife of the deck. They're very loyal. They're protectors. This is the full embodiment of a husband, a protector, a provider, a financially set, a business owner, someone who has put, like I said, your person feels they're doing everything. So you are finding a lot of bravery and courage in making this decision about your partner. Doesn't mean this is your husband. You could be watching for a feminine. There's no gender, and all are welcome here. Heterosexual, homosexual, they, non-binary, whatever. Everyone is welcome here. I'm just reading That's the male aspect of the Suit of Pentacles. So I feel like for you, you are inspired to make this for yourself. This ending is your new beginning, and you're inspired to do so. I want a romance kipper on this for you, please and thank you. You're being brave. You're listening to your intuition. You're honoring that space. You know that something's not being told to you. You know that there's some mistruths. You know that this is going to impact your family. And remember, enjoy where you're at right now, because you're going to be somewhere else soon. So it is about you sitting in your divine power, being enlightened by the truth. Maybe you have found out about, if your person has a third party, gambling addiction, sex addiction, pornography, drugs, drinking, an affair, another person they're in love with. There's many different things that are third party. This person could be putting their parents and their needs before you, or your children and their needs before you. Third party can mean anything. So I don't want you to believe your person had an affair. They may have. There is definitely deceit here. So I want to see their side of this, please and thank you. What is Pisces person's side of the shared space of this experience? Whew. Yeah, I knew it. I could feel they had a lot to say. Okay. They feel stuck, trapped, and bound in this marriage. They feel like they can't move forward with their life at all. This is happening right now. This is the Tarot of Oneness. There are some extra cards in this deck, and this one says present moment. So this is happening at this exact moment. It's because there's been a lot of fighting in your connection. There's been a lot of arguments, competition, things that have felt really lower vibrational. Remember, there's that Devil card over here. So they feel very stuck by the fact, and they're also really in their head, mentally conflicted. Remember, I saw this conversation here and it was not happy. There's that whole thing about, I see a couple having a deep conversation about ending this whole thing and blowing it up and being done with it. And they have been in their head in this very barren space. I feel like I want to say something. They held on to this hope that it could be fixed, especially if you guys were going to therapy, counseling together. It's just, I feel like they see this little piece of hope here is being overtaken by the dryness and the barrenness in this connection. That's why they want to move forward. They know with clear head, they want to move this forward out of 10 of Cups with you. And they want a victory of it. They want it to be seamless. I feel like they want this to be done with a lot of integrity. Remember, the undercurrent is the Two of Cups. I'm not saying your person doesn't love you at all. That isn't true. I think you both love each other very much. I feel like you just both know that you are finally at the impasse. That does happen. That happened to myself in my marriage in the past. Sometimes it's just time to call it. If you've put your all into something, you're over here self-reflecting, your person's over here holding on to some heavy feelings about that they've done all the work and carried the heavy load of your connection and your kids and everything. You two do love one another, and I feel like it's just the fact that love, unfortunately, I hate to say this because I'm the biggest proponent of love. Sometimes love is just not enough. You can love somebody until you're blue in the face. If they won't meet you where you are and you won't meet them where they are, and you cannot find the path forward, sadly, sometimes it's just better to vibe high, love each other, and let it go no matter what happens. And it will help best for your children. I want you to hear me on this. If you do have kids, if you guys make this decision for yourselves to split this up, you will both be able to co-parent your kids with integrity and love. I'm not going to say it's not going to hurt. I'm not going to say it's not going to be an adjustment. That would be dishonest. It is going to be a big thing, but this is going to, I feel like if you're doing it with integrity, and the reason I'm saying that is because of that High Priestess down here. feel like you both want to do this the right way. You want it to be with integrity, but it is time to end this connection. It's done. It's been done. Stick a fork in it. It's time. So I want to get a romance kipper on their side for this, please and thank you. Remember I said you might be the feminine. This is about energy of a lady. So if you are the feminine and this is your side of the story, that makes sense. If you are the, if you're a feminine watching and this is the masculine perspective, this is based on the fact that they're trying to vibe high for your sake. And I feel like, honestly, that the energy of a lady is beauty, empathy, caring, connection. So more feminine energy. And we have gentlemen. So yeah, that leads me more down the road of your person wants a high vibrational situation on this and they're sad. There's a lot of sorrow that goes into breaking up a connection, splitting a marriage, ending a long-term relationship. Someone has to move out. I want to say this, you both are really trying to find the high vibrational ending to this. Pisces, that is admirable. I'm going to just say it like this. This is how your person is feeling about you and the situation. They're slow to come to the answer about this. They're sitting in really measured, diplomatic, slow energy. It's taken them a long time to get to the place of this because they do have love for you. That's the thing I want to say, is that you both know it's over, okay? So this isn't to inspire you to say, well, they love me, so let's work on this, especially when you're over here feeling this way. And like I said, I feel like you have both of you have tried and tried and tried every which way you knew how. And again, I'm called back to say sometimes love is not enough. I feel like your person moves really slowly in their life. In this situation is because they do love you. They do care about you. So coming to this decision about ending this marriage did not come easy to them. It probably didn't come easy to you. Remember I said, I feel like you guys have recently spent some time apart from one another, whether one or both of you went on separate trips, or you went somewhere different, or you just kind of pulled back and spent time more quietly. I remember times towards the end of my marriage where my person would be on the computer in a room playing video games or playing poker or whatever, and I would be outside in our backyard looking at the stars, and we were living such a separate life from one another. So honestly, Pisces, I just feel like I want you to hear the fact that your person, the reason this took them so long to get to the fact that it's time to end this was because they do love you. But let's further this story for them and their feelings. Let's get a little tiny bit more about this. I just saw a 7 of Swords flip over. Don't normally, I was just about to say to you, honestly, I don't normally take flippers, but it popped out and you just saw it. It was flipped over, the 7 of Swords. This is about being dishonest. There's some deceit. There's some mistruths. There's some omissions. They're feeling like it's time to stealthily move away from this. And I'm not saying that they're lying about moving away from this. I am saying that they feel like they have to sneak away from this situation. Maybe they feel it's been too controlling, too rigid. Don't know, but I feel very much like your person is a good person. I want you to hear that. I just feel like it took them so long to get this because there was some things that weren't truthful. Maybe you weren't truthful to them. Maybe they were lying to themselves. It's about how long this has taken. This is a long road. It's taken a long time. There's a big distance between the two of you now. And your person had a lot of ideas and ambitions about your connection and a lot of expectations and hopes. It's just that, honestly, they want to do this the right way. They want to vibe high with integrity. This is an integrity card. This is taking the time to do things the right way. We have an idealism person down here. That's somebody wanting to do things the right way. We have an expectation of doing things the right way. So this is a high vibrational breaking up of a connection. That's okay. Remember, enjoy where you are, for soon you will be somewhere else. And I feel like your person is just so different from you. I'm finally getting this card. Remember, I was so perplexed by the meaning of this. It's your person is so different from you now. People sometimes in relationships, if you've been together for a long time, sometimes you don't grow together at the same pace or rate. So I feel like you're feeling your person is so different from you, and they're feeling the same way. And both of you have omitted truths. There's been deception. There's been lies. There's been mistruths. Just false masks. Honestly, I feel like your person is a good person. They're wanting to clear this out. High vibe. You are doing the same thing, honoring that space. And I feel like you're doing this for your children and your families and your friends. And you're trying to vibe high through this whole split. So this is something we're going to do. We're going to go through the entire zodiac sign. I'm going to pull a card for each person, and we'll see if that applies to your situation. So if your person is an Aries, this is a lucky, auspicious card. It is time to move things forward and call that divorce and be done with it. The split, the divorce, whatever it is. I didn't see the justice card here or the legal thing, so it could just be a long-term partnership. So if your person is a Taurus, they are sitting in reflective energy as well. They're becoming one with themselves, and they are honoring the space of maybe remembering the connection between the two of you, and then trying to find the space inside of themselves to vibe high through this whole thing. Excuse me. If your person is a Gemini, it just fell out. It's time to end this cycle. It's time to be done with it. There's a painful ending. It's time to call it. It's hurting both of you, and they want it done. If your person is a Cancer, they are in the King of Swords energy. They are discerning about this. They've made a lot of logical head over heart decisions, but also they are looking at this from a very discerning perspective. They want it done the right way. It's time. They want to be done. If your person is a Leo, they feel so isolated from you. They feel out in the cold. They're ready to be done with this because they want to go find warmth somewhere else. Okay, if your person is a Virgo, there is a cycle that's completing, and I believe it's your marriage or your long-term partnership. They want to vibe high. They want to transform and transcend out of this, right? If your person is a Libra, they're inspired by communication. This could be one of your children. Their hope is that it's going to be transformative for both of you so that you can find happiness away from one another. If your person is a Scorpio, they are healing themselves. They are patiently healing themselves, finding the balance, trying to be calm and centered through the storm that's coming. If your person is a Sagittarius, their higher self is speaking to them loud and clear that it is time to be done with this and how to do it in a higher vibrational way. If your person is a Capricorn, they're making a distinct decision about the connection between the two of you. They're making a choice about your marriage, your long-term partnership. Okay. If your person is an Aquarius, they want to move forward in their life towards happiness. They want you to move forward in your life towards happiness. It just won't be together. And finally, if your person is a Pisces like you are, they are at a crossroads. They're going to take the key off the door and choose which door to go through. Remember I said about the High Priestess always has a scroll or a book in her in the card. It's the book of life. So I always say this card reminds me so much of those adventure books when we were kids. So if you are reading a book and then it says, if you want this adventure, go to page 47. If you want this adventure, go to page 56. They're standing in this doorway and they're like, it's time for me to choose a new path and I'm going to go. So I want to, for this reading, I'm going to call in Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Jophiel to give you advice about this high vibrational dissolution of your marriage or long-term partnership. What advice, angels, do you have for Pisces? All of them? Okay, let's do it. It says, give your relationship a chance. I feel like that's, wow, this is a lot of messages. Okay, I hear. Yes, okay. Take the top and the bottom and move those guys out. Whew. Angels are like, that's too much. Okay, this is saying give your relationship a chance to vibe high, split this up. There are some religious factors that are causing this to be in a delay. I feel like that might be partially why your person's like taken such a long time to get here. Maybe they really wanted to honor that. If you were married, they meant their vows when they said them. I want you to hear that. So it could be that if you're just in a long-term connection and maybe religious isn't for you, that's okay. Take what applies. Remember, it's not for everybody. There's something about the way something is supposed to be that is influencing this. This has required a lot of forgiving and learning, and so that is how you vibe high in this type of connection. When it's time to call it and split it up, you need to vibe high by forgiving and learning and pull back, retreat from this connection, because you are worth waiting for. The split between the two of you is worth waiting for. It's worth waiting to do this the right way and vibe really high for your children, for your families, if you own a business, if you have property, homes, the money, anything that happens in a long-term connection, vibe high for this split, because you both want the split. Just do it the right way. That's what I want to say. I want to get the final part is messages from your person. What do they want to say to you about this situation, please and thank you. Okay. Please wait for me. I'm working up the courage to come to you. So this is probably, like I said, they're taking a long time. They want to call this. They know you do too. Forgive me. I'm only able to take baby steps at this time. Feel like they, like I said, they've weighed out so much of like the history between the two of you. I'm certain you have too. That's why you were in this retreated, quiet energy. It says, what will you say or do? Will you forgive me? And it does say, I miss you. So remember, like I said, they were up here remembering what that connection used to be like. And so I feel like that's the sign of someone who is a high vibe human. They don't want you to just be, they don't want to say, you suck, I've had to carry all this burden, this has been really hard for me, I hated this. Well, they don't. It took them so long to get to this place because of the love that they feel for you and because of the way that they wanted to do this the right way. And I don't believe that either one of you, when you got together, believed that this was going to blast apart. I just think your person really does miss the time that was the very beginning of the relationship and the nostalgia of the two of you. So Pisces, I hope this was helpful. I am going to leave it here. I want to tell you thank you for spending some time with me today. If this is your story, I'm sorry. I hopefully you guys can find the way to vibe high through this split and breaking up and divorcing or dividing of assets or however this applies for you. Please like this video if this is your story. Leave me a comment below if you feel so inclined to share if this is your story. And then also please subscribe to my channel. That's how I can get these messages out to more people. I definitely appreciate you. It has been my honor and privilege to read for you today. I know this has been a long reading, but it definitely needed to be so I could get that message to you. I will see you next time, Pisces. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. Bye.